Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Saturday, the 30th of April. Is it the last day of the month? I believe it is. And it is proclamation, news, and gatherance. Thank you and welcome to the UK's best propaganda in the UK with my methodical approach with the UK's propaganda. Thank you all for joining in. We've got car instance, we've got the local elections, we've got the MP that was watching porn inside Parliament, sign up for Conservatives, Angela Rayner and Sir Keir Starmer party allegations through lockdown. Oh my absolute goodness, how horrific. The opposing party that's always been putting down Boris Johnson and his party allegations have been doing exactly the same themselves. Oh my goodness. They're trying to make radicalisation out of Boris Johnson and have done it themselves. Oh my absolute goodness. How horrific. Oh my goodness. Captain Ironic. I don't know about Captain Hindsight. Captain Ironic. Captain Lasuna. And we've got criminology today, ladies and gents. Anyway, think safety, think first. Do not let your kids have the keys to your car. No, do not drive. Do not enter the vehicle under sleep deprivation, under the influence of alcoholism or narcotics. Make sure you and passengers have seatbelts on and babies have seatbelts adjacent to the car seat. Check your engine oil, water coolant tank. Make sure they're topped up to maximum level. Check your PSI limits. Your PSI limits on the side of your treads. Making sure your treads on your tyres are not bowled. Check for further police instructions, further road safety signs. Check for road workers. Make sure not leering from behind the house fencing. Check your centre mirror, wing mirror before acting into a safe, sufficient directional choice. Also, give it a glance over your left or right shoulder, depending on which direction you're heading. When you go to a toucan cross or a zebra crossing, making sure pedestrians or cyclists are fully across the road as you emerge onto the zebra crossing. I've done it the other day. I got halfway across the zebra crossing and a car went to pull off. He pulled off. But if I dropped or my shoe come loose and it fell back in the road, I went to go pick it up, he could have run me over. Just bear that in mind, especially with mothers and babies in their prams. Baby might have dropped his dummy, mum's back for it. You've then killed mother and babies on his own. But anyway, let's look ahead of what's in today's incidents. We've got so much to get on with today. There's no business like show business. I'll give you some of my magistrate skills yesterday, but we're going to look inside the constituency of Clacton C, where I grew up in the postmodernism era of 1983. Partially blocked due to crash on Thornton Road between Plough Road and Great Bentley Road. Traffic is coping well, awaiting recovery. 30th of April, 7:41, first reported. North West London. Road closed and slow traffic due to crash on A1069 Station Road both ways between Beresford Road and Connaught Avenue. Chingford Station. Detour in operation for bus routes 97, 179, 212, 313, 397, 385 and 444 since 4 a.m. this morning. Lovely people. Smack back middle of the centre of London. Pentonville Road. Queuing traffic on A501. Pentonville Road eastbound at A1 Islington High Street. City Road Angel. Congestion to north traffic on the A1 Goswell Road up to the junction. In the construction area. Reduced to one lane on all approaches. 5:52 a.m. first reported. South east of London near Croydon. Queuing traffic on A22 Perry Street both ways at Foxbury Avenue. Congestion to the A20 Frognall Corner. Sidcup. back into Chilshurst in the construction area, 7:55 a.m. West of London, slow traffic on M4 Heathrow Spur Road inbound from main M4 carriageway junction 4 Heathrow Uxbridge to the airport, heading towards Heathrow Airport. Holiday traffic, 7:05 a.m. In between Maidstone and Dover, speed restriction due to Operation Brock, where all freight traffic heading for the Channel crossing must go through coned area on M20, coastbound between Junction 8, Leeds Castle, Maidstone services and Junction 9, Ashford, detour in operation. All traffic is not heading in one direction. 3:40 p.m. I don't actually know what it said, but I'll tell you something for nothing. I couldn't see. I could not see what it said because it's blocked off. Anyway, you lovely lot. One more instant and then we're moving on. Road closure to Oil Road and earlier crash on A for 259 Wallsend Road between Coast Road and Pevensey Station. The road needs to be cleared before it reopens. Detour in operation for bus route 99 at 5:10 a.m. just off of Brighton. Just going to move on, my lovely, wonderful lot of people. We're going to talk about the elections, the local elections. Who's up for your local elections? Councillors, crime commissioners, Mayor of London. Who is up for councillor? Do you know who is up for councillor? County councils, I'll give you a shout out to what is going on the 5th of May in your local ballots. If you need to find out where they are on your roadmap, sometimes they might be put in ballot places, or even Google where the ballot station is going to be. It will tell you exactly where your nearest one is from where you live. Local elections in the United Kingdom will be held on 5th of May 2022. These will include elections for all London Borough Councils and for all local authorities in Wales and Scotland. Most seats in England were last up for election in 2018 and in Scotland and Wales in 2017. The elections will coincide with 2022 Northern Ireland Assembly election. Conservatives passed loads of bills through the Commons, I've just noticed. Border bill, there's a few other stuff as well, but I didn't quite get, well, I did get a gist of it, it didn't sink in because I read it quickly. But like a, what do they call it? A scan read. Do you know when you scan read something really quick, you don't actually quite take everything in. Anyway, got county councils, London Borough Councils, metropolitan boroughs, elections for all councillors, election for 1/3 of councillors, districts councils, election for all councillors, election for half of councillors, election for 1/3 of councillors, unity authorities, election for all councillors, city, London Corporation, mayors, combined authorities, local authorities. So I think it'd be like crime commissions and things like that. It was last time, so I assume so. It's going to be the same protocol. And look, we'll see what is in my constituent. Can't really see. But anyway, moving on. Lovely people. I should really, let's talk about this first before we move on. Let's talk about this. Actually, no, we can come back to that in a minute. So, if you want to get involved in shaping up UK, shaping up your constituency where you live to make it safer for your adults, elderly, make it safer for your children, nieces, your nephews, making the environment friendly, air pollution, industrialisation pollution, fly tipping, getting yourself involved, trying to get involved with the council, like potholes, broken manholes, all that kind of things. Get yourself involved in a political party. Why not? Sign up, become a member. Anyway, what can you do when you become a member? Exactly what I said. You have to work at it, work hard at it. Anyway, under 26, £5 per year. A standard party membership and all associated benefits is offered at a special £5 rate to those aged under 26. Standard Conservative membership £25 a year. Members play an active role in the party, can attend our annual conference and receive voting rights in party elections after 3 months of membership. All for £25 a month or £2.09 per month. Armed Forces is £15 a year. Standard party membership and all associated benefits is offered at a reduced rate for serving and former members of our armed forces. What does your membership get you? It helps us win elections, choose candidates and vote in leadership elections, take part in our campaign groups, come to conference. The latest inside the party, influence party policy, connect with local Conservatives. As a member, you become part of the local Conservatives, support local campaigns and attend social events with members just like you. You can stand for election. Members have the opportunity to stand for election as Conservatives, so if you decide that you want to take part in our democracy, you can. If you want to take part in the campaign groups, you've got a Conservative Women's Organisation or the Young Conservatives, meet like-minded people and make a difference to our country. I've just got someone on board with me right now sitting in the next room. The lady could be a massive influence to the Conservative Party, youth of today. You know, the younger generation that need direction. Absolutely, something what Conservatives haven't got. I find her a phenomenal candidate to be elected. What do you think? Absolutely. Anyway, but I believe in teamwork make dreams work. Anyway, MP Neil Parish says he may have opened porn in Commons by mistake. An MP under investigation for allegedly watching pornography in the House of Commons has claimed he may have opened it on his phone by mistake. An inquiry has been launched after Neil Parish referred himself to investigation. He has refused to resign as an MP as head of the Environment Select Committee until the inquiry concludes. 2 female colleagues complained after claiming to have seen him looking at adult content while sitting near them. Mr Parish has been suspended from the Conservative Parliamentary Party pending the outcome of the investigation by Parliament Standards Commissioner Catherine Stone. Well, not to make of that. If she finds that he has violated the Code of Conduct for MPs, possible punishments range for apologising to the Commons for suspension or expulsion. Questioned by the BBC on Friday, Mr Parish said he would cooperate fully with the inquiry and would await the outcome before commenting. Of course it's embarrassing, he said, and it's embarrassing for my wife and family, and so that's my main concern at the moment. I have a very supportive wife and I thank her for that. I mean, what's your wife going to thank you for watching pornography inside the comment next to 2 ladies? I don't think that is a forgiving kind of mistake, unless his wife didn't give him a bit, hanky-panky for a week before he went in. I don't know. What do you make of that then, Nigel? Asked if it was a mistake, he said. I'll wait to find the way. Pressed on whether he had opened something on his phone and ever. Mr Parish said, I did. But let the inquiry look at that. Mr Parish also said he would resign if found guilty by the inquiry, saying he understood the upset he might have caused and apologised for that. However, in a statement on his website, he said he would continue working as MP and a committee chair despite calls from female colleagues for him to resign, or at least to stop attending Parliament while under investigation. On Wednesday, it emerged that a female minister had reported a male colleague of viewing pornographic material while sitting beside her in the Commons chamber. The female minister said she had also seen the MP watching pornography during a hearing of a select committee, the Times has reported. A second female Tory MP said she had tried but been unable to capture video proof of him doing so. The allegation was subsequently revealed to have been made about Mr Parish, who said he had referred himself for investigation. Mr Parish serves as the MP for Tiverton and Honiton in Devon, and also chairs the Commons Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Committee but the investigation does not prevent him from continuing in either role. Disgusting behaviour in an interview with Times. Mr. Parrish's wife, Sue Parrish, said the allegation was very embarrassing and described her husband as quite a normal guy and a lovely person. She added she did not see the attraction of pornography and understood why the woman who had made the allegation were upset. Labour accused the government of having known about the incident for days and attempting to cover it up. It shouldn't have taken days for him to be referred to the process. Bridget Phillipson, Labour's Shadow Education Secretary, told BBC Radio 4's Today programme, it was clear no action has been taken and that for some days Conservative whips knew exactly who he was. The delay by the whips to suspend Mr. Page from the Tory party was also criticised by Caroline Noakes, Conservative MP and Chair of Women and Equalities Committee. I fully expected to wake up Wednesday morning and to find out a member of Parliament had the whip suspended, and I felt that by leaving it until Friday before we knew the action had been taken by the whips, it felt like unnecessary diva and delay. She said the culture in the whips of office was still too blokely, and it was one of the challenges for the party. The government safeguarding Minister Rachel Maclean denied that the Conservative Party was institutionally sexist, saying, I think there is a clearly problem in the House of Commons, and I think it extends all parties actually. You idea? On the time it took the whip, she said, there clearly needs to be some time to establish the veracity of what was said, the facts of the case, where we've got to now the right place we need to be, which is there is in investigation. The Chief Whip has taken the action, and he's taken. Listen to this. Captain Hindsight and his Sharon Stone wannabe lookalike, Angela Rayner, was at lockdown event with Sir Keir Starmer. It's been alleged. Labour Deputy Leader Angela Rayner was at an event where Sir Keir Starmer was filmed drinking a beer during lockdown last year. The party has said it had previously denied she was at the event, but now says that the statement was a mistake made in good faith. Labour leader Sir Keir said no rules were broken at the April 2021 gathering at a Tory MP's constituency office, but Tory MPs are urging police to review their decision to not investigate the event. Richard Holden, MP for North West Durham, wrote to Durham Police last week asking them to reconsider after London's Metropolitan Police fined Prime Minister Boris Johnson for breaching lockdown rules at a June 2020 party in Downing Street. This week, Durham Police said they would consider and respond to the further communications on the matter, but were not currently investigating this incident. Earlier this year, Durham Police said they did not believe any offences was committed at the event on April 30th, 2021, when Sir Keir was pictured with a bottle of beer in the office of City of Durham MP Mary Foy ahead of Hartlepool's by-election. The party said Sir Keir was in his workplace meeting a local MP in her constituency offices after participating in an online Labour event. Asked about the event on Friday, Sir Keir told reporters everything the Labour Party did was in accordance with the rules. Whether Angela Rayner was there or not, mistakes absolutely absolutely no difference. There was no breach of rules. The matter's already been looked into. I know what's going on here. We're a few days away from local elections, and Conservative MPs are trying to throw as much mud as possible. He added there was a huge contrast between the Durham event and the lockdown parties in the government's buildings, for which Met Police have issued more than 50 fines so far. Labour has previously said there was a brief break for food and no COVID rules were broken because there was an exemption for the events held for work purposes. But in his letter in Durham Police, Mr. Holden argued that location was not his usual workplace of Sir Keir Starmer. Lovely. It's lovely. No, it's lovely. There was no necessity for them to attend the event. On Friday, Daily Mail reported Labour had acknowledged Miss Rayner has also been present at the online rally in Durham office, where Sir Keir had been filmed drinking a beer. A Labour spokesperson told the BBC their initial response to the Mail's question had been a mistake and not a cover-up because Labour would have been no reason to conceal Miss Rayner's attendance as no lockdown rules had been broken. Spokesman would not comment on whether the party leader's office had been in contact with Durham police, but pointed out there has been no new investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's proclamation news and Gavin's. I want to say thank you ever so much for tuning in. I've got to cut the show off a little bit short. I've got places to go with the Conservative cancers. I've got an absolutely ruptured hamstring, but I'm going to do something. Do something, but very little. I just want to say thank you ever so much for staying both preserved and observed. Every time you come to my show, I really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, share, help us build a bigger audience, and we can try and engage with everyone that comes in, have a conversation, and make this a brilliant cast, a brilliant show. I just want to say thank you all for coming through. I'd say take care, one love, and speak soon.